Well, we're finally here. And by me saying that, I mean both of these belts I've been talking about in my most recent videos. I said I got two belts on order. They're on the way. They should be done here soon. They should be done here soon. They both shown up. This is the first one that I'm going to bring to you. We're going to cut right now to the unboxing, and then we'll be right back. All right, let's do the unboxing. This box arrived probably 4 hours ago now, and went out and got it, and then brought it in here to bring it down to room temperature. Let's see. Come on. That's cardboard. Okay. Ain't done one of these in a while. Okay. Top side. Now, if the camera cuts away real quick, it's because I don't know which belt. There's two belts in there. I don't know which one you put on top. Hang on a second. Let me see something. Okay, so this is the one that for this video. Let me get it out real quick. I won't unwrap it, but I will move the box off to the side because there's a belt under here I don't want you guys seeing yet. That's the next video. Alright, so this one, I ordered these belts March 23rd. Today is August 21st. Shout out to DHL. It wasn't supposed to be delivered until tomorrow, so they cut 24 hours off their delivery time. Yeah. Let's try it. Really careful with this. I don't want to slice my belt. Okay, that has to be it. I will say it's very well packed. Wow, that packing is really nice and soft. All right, come on, work with me. There we go. Alright, so let's flip this bad boy over. Some of you already know what this is. Well, all you do. Shit, the thumbnail gives it away. There she is. WCW 5 plate. This is 2.5D CNC. Which compared to the old CNC, this is really nice. This is very nice. I will say his leather feels great. One-piece tip. Leather is pretty good, pretty floppy. Just especially for straight out of the box. It ain't broken in yet. Alright, so now we're going back to the review after you guys have seen it straight out of the box. Alright, so now that we come back from the unboxing, I want to, yeah, that's good, jump into this belt with you. If anybody's wondering what we're drinking tonight, it's a Saturday night, so it's my drinking night, excuse me. Traveler Whiskey. This is Chris Stapleton's whiskey. Made by Buffalo Trace Distillery. It's a blended whiskey. It's not a straight bourbon. It is very good, especially on the rocks. So, what do we have here? This is a WCW 5-plate United States Championship. They later went to a 3-plate version made by Jamar. This is a Reggie Parks belt. And I prefer Reggie stuff over Jamar's. That's just personal preference. I felt like Reggie took more care and attention to detail in the belts he was putting on TV, and it wasn't just him trying to get his name out there and, you know, just collecting a check. I felt like Jamar kind of did it for the money. I felt like Reggie, the money was nice, but he loved making belts. That's the way I feel about it. So I prefer Reggie's artwork. Like I said, the original maker is Reggie Parks. This maker that actually made this for me is a new one. I've never used them before. This is Arosha belts. And I had seen some of their stuff, and, you know, like I've said in previous videos, I will reach out to you if I want to buy a belt from you, because there's so many people that I feel like would be dishonest, or maybe put me ahead of the line, knowing they're going to get featured on YouTube, they're going to get eyes on their product. So I don't respond to makers reaching out to me wanting to sell me a belt or give me a belt. I kind of sit back and see what everyone else in the hobby is getting and see if it's worth spending my money on and putting it on the channels. And I had seen enough of Arosha where I thought, you know what, let's take this chance. Let's see what kind of belt they can make me. Everything I've seen that everyone else's guys look pretty good. So everything is standard on this, you know, except for one thing, and that is the flocking on the wings. So this is extra flocking, is what they call this. At the time of recording, and I'll put the screenshot up, was because when he posted my belt on the Arosha Belts page, somebody asked how much it costs. He says, well, if you do the standard without the extra flocking, it's $500 for the belt. If you include the flocking, it's $600. And this is all hand done. They have a guy working with them who is a very good metal engraver. He engraves by hand. I've seen him do it on a crumb rind, and it is all hand done. You can see the plate, and you can see where he started and where he's kind of taking a break on this crumb rind. And obviously it's not the crumb rind in front of me, but I'm telling you what I've seen from Arosha belts, right? So he's a very skilled metal engraver, and he's the one that does all the extra flocking on the wings. Now, I was not going to do this. I reached out at the end of my Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight belt review from Jagu. I kind of left a cliffhanger. I said, there's somebody who's watching this right now. I'm pretty sure they're watching. And I'm going to reach out to them. This is back in February, I think. I'm going to be in somebody's inbox soon about ordering a belt. Now, the person I was referencing was Gary Sutton, because I know Gary watches my stuff. So I reached out to him, and he was trying to steer me in. I got 2 belts from them. The other belt you'll see next week. But he was trying to steer me in the direction of their CNC rather than going HD on the other belt. This one is CNC. And that's another reason why I wanted to highlight Arosha belts. They have a really nice CNC process, but Gary's the one that convinced me to do the extra flocking on the wing. So I'm going to give him credit on that one. I think it turned out really nice. But on the other belt, he was trying to convince me to go CNC as well, and I declined and said, no, I'd like to have it done Acid Etch HD. And CNC belts have come a long way. They used to, I'll just put photos up to show what I'm talking about, but you used to have like a halo around each of the grapplers where the bit was digging into the metal and carving the metal away. You had like a halo effect on old CNC belts. And with this new technology, It's really not there. You do have like polishing marks and buffing marks, but every belt I have has those. I just learned to live with them unless they're like really egregious. The Altair belts Winged Eagle is probably the most egregious example I have of those really coarse, brash, polishing marks. Excuse me. So he did a very, very nice job with this. I'm really pleased with this belt. He's doing his own leather, and I gotta say, the leather, let me move my bottle over here so I don't knock it over. The leather is nice and floppy. This is not the side with the belt tip, obviously. Nice smooth burnishing with his stamp, Arosha belts. This belt, I guess, from what I can tell, debuted in 1990 and was around until 95. When I've seen photos of One Man Gang with a 3-plate, and I think he was the champion in 95 or 96. So you do get a one-piece tip with Arosha. I'm going to flip it over. So people that have held this version of the belt, obviously Sting was the first one that comes to mind. I'm going to show you guys the backing here. Sting, Rick Rude, let's see, Steve Austin, Ricky Steamboat. That actually was Ricky Steamboat's last match. I watched his A&E documentary. I didn't know Ricky won the belt in his last match. He took a bad bump, didn't land right, and herniated a disc in his back and didn't wrestle for a long time. I think until like 2009 when he did the stuff with Jericho. But really nice leather backing. It's nice and smooth. Other people that held it, Vader. I don't know how to pronounce this name, but I think it's Kinsuke Sasaki is what I have. Dustin Rhodes. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So this belt had quite a few people that obviously name value. And I think it's really, really pretty belt. So as far as pros and cons here, I will say everything turned out really nice for the most part. There's a few little things I'm going to point out just so that way he gets better as a belt maker. He knows to fix them. Okay, so we're going to do also let me point out the curve on the main plate. Really nice curve. Before we get into the cons, it goes up about here on me. So probably a 1-inch curve maybe. About to my knuckle. Say an inch, maybe inch and a quarter. But decent curve. It's not over curved in my opinion. So if I had to rate this belt out of a scale of 10, it would be, we're using the Dave Portnoy pizza scale, right? 1 bite reviews. I give this thing about a 9.2. Like I said, there's a few little things that he needs to tighten up. We're going to get into that right now. So on my outer side plate, you could see, I'll put a photo up if this doesn't work right, but there's a little black speck in here, like he was a little not as careful with the paint as he should have been. He got the paint splatter on it, and I've tried to flake it away with my thumbnail, couldn't do it. Tried to get it, with a toothpick and couldn't do it. The logo plate has, see above that corner of the W, the black paint is missing a little spot right there. I could touch that up with Tester's black enamel, but that's something that, before you ship it out, for someone that doesn't know how to paint or someone that would know, the first step in modifying their belts or whatever, that's something you need to kind of double check is your paint work. And then the last thing, and this is another small one, is the belt tip. If you could see, this is after polishing, but a little bit of I don't want to say corrosion or tarnish, but there's some marking on the back of that belt tip, almost like there's scratches, swirls, and some sort of condensation or something that's set in on it. So that's it. Minor stuff that I can live with. Stuff that is not the end of the world for me. And also stuff that when it's sitting on a belt stand like this, nobody's going to see. You can't see the logo plate. You can't see the outer side plate. You can't see the belt tip. When somebody walks in your house and sees this sitting there, this is what they're going to see. So, like I said, about a 9.1 or 9.2 out of a scale of 10 on this belt. So if you want to find Arosha belts, they are on Facebook. You can find them on their Facebook page, Arosha Belts. I'm trying to think how else. If I haven't put the maker's name up, because I've shot this video probably 2 or 3 times, forgot to mention something, made a bad take or whatever. So I may not have said this, but the maker's name I'm going to put right here for you, so you guys know who to contact. The middleman's name is Gary Sutton. He's another person you can go through about ordering a belt. Would I buy from them again? Yeah. Now, I ordered this March 23rd, and it came in August 21st. So, just shy of 5 months, but you got to figure I purchased 2 belts. So that's double the materials, double the labor. So that may have slowed them down. And also, I was kind of grading on a curve anyway, because it was announced on the Arosha Belts page during the time I ordered this and the time I got it. Him and his wife welcomed a new baby. So obviously, those of you that are parents out there know that is a trying time, trying to figure out when the baby's coming and going through childbirth and getting the baby back home from the hospital and all that's associated with that. So obviously, he's taken a few days or maybe a week or 2 to let everybody settle back in, so that slowed things down just a little bit. But I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about this belt. I think it's a great belt. Like I said, you know how to find Arosha belts. They're on Facebook. And I got one more video from Arosha, like I said. That one is coming next week. I always post these like right past midnight Eastern time. So I'm in Central time zone. So it'll be 11 p.m. my time when I post this. But roughly the same time next week will you see my other belt from Arosha. Until then, guys, I'll see you later.